There we go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my live stream 500 feet above the streets of New York City. Hold on. I forgot a setting. I forgot a setting. Let me see if I can make this a little better. A little better audio. There we go. I think that's good. What's going on, man? Hope everyone had a good weekend. Let's say hi to Ross Dog's Broken Spirit. You're first on the whole damn thing. That's right, my friend. We also got Leb D. We're back and better than ever. We're back, that's for sure, after another rainy weekend here in New York City. Good morning, people. What's up, Donovan? How are you, man? Lil Penny checking in. We got the Honky Tonk Tennessee. Good morning, all. Best way to bring in a Monday. Well, I like seeing that. I'm a little tired, getting the sleepies out of my eyes, but hell yeah, I'll take that. Nick Umrican, how are you, brother? We got A. Thompson. We got the Ted Palawada. We got the waiver checking in. We got the Sarah. What's up, Sarah? Tom, you seem – I've seen you before there, Tom. How are you? Steve, what's going on? We got the Chris. Oh, my God. Oh, Patrick Audio. Good morning. What's up, Patrick? Got Lori off the Facebook. Oh, my God. There's a lot of people in here today. Hello, kiddo. What's up, Tommy? 7 names. How are you? Right off the bat, getting $10. I'll take $10 all day long. Good morning, Hope. What's up, Ken? You know what, Ken? Good morning to you. And what's up? How are you? Hope your team won this weekend. I'll take the $10. Microwaved coffee, French vanilla coffee, oatmeal creamer. That's strike three. Hold on a minute. Oh, wow on that one. Yeah, man, the coffee stinks today. Got lazy, walking dog last night. I'm like, I need milk for my coffee, and walking by the store with the $200 Christmas trees. And I'm like, I'll just get milk in the morning. And now it's morning, and I'm like, why didn't I get milk last night? Boo. But Ken, I hope you had a good weekend. Thanks for the $9.99. I'm going to go and use that to get some milk. That's for sure. Good morning. No hat. Someone found their comb. No, this is bed hair. To be honest with you, I slept till 6 o'clock, so I'm still a little sleepy. Good job of Kevin Brennan. He is a miserable SOB, but seems. Hey, all right, thank you. Yeah, the last time I live streamed, it was Friday. A lot of drama. I was going to go into something called the dabble verse, and my people don't know what the dabble verse is, but they're a fine group of people. They mean well in the end, I think. I honestly don't know much about the dabble verse, but I think it revolves around making fun of Stuttering John, who used to work on the Howard Stern show, and then out of nowhere, well, I was the guy that was like, I don't really understand this. Why is everyone making fun of Stuttering John? He's been good to me. I'm not friends with him by any stretch of the imagination for the simple reason we've never hung out. I've been on his live stream a couple times, I think, at least once, maybe not. I don't know. Have I been on his live stream? I'm trying to remember. But he's been on my stuff. Gave me good stuff, gave me good Howard Stern stories, and that's all it is, But I've been friendly towards him, and I didn't really understand why there's this whole huge group of people that make a living by making fun of him. I don't know if some of these shows in the Dabbleverse, if they actually do material. I have no idea, but I was kind of like on Stuttering John's side in a way because I'm like, wow, man, just leave the guy alone. I'm sure he's not perfect, but oh my God. And then I found out for myself because I put up a Who Gives a Crap video from Artie Lang, and Stuttering John lost his mind, and then he went with the dumb dopey thing. You're dopey, all that garbage. And he did a full-on attack on me. I'm like, what are you doing? We weren't friends or anything, but I was one of your allies, kind of, against the whole thing because I didn't really understand it. And then there's a guy named Shuley, I guess. I know who Shuley is. I honestly know who Shuley is from the Howard Stern show. I know Shuley has always been cool to the Opie and Anthony show. I know he branched out on his own, and that's it. I've never clicked on anything of his. I know he spends a lot of time trashing Stuttering John. So when Stuttering John went after me, Shuley's like, come on my show, we'll talk about it. And I think a lot of the people in the Dabbleverse, they were under the understanding that I would go on with Shuley and, literally beat the crap out of Stuttering John. I mean, there might have been a few little shots I would have taken, but in general, I was curious about the whole Stuttering John world, why they make fun of him, what's going on with that, where did it begin, sort of like the history, and walk through the whole thing. And then, I ask a lot of people when I go on their shows. It's a good icebreaker. I go on some people's shows from time to time, and one of my first questions always is, did you trash me? Did you trash me? And it's very, very awkward. But the person watching this on the other side, you're like, oh, that's a great way to start, a conversation. And I've done it before, and people have, gotten through it or whatever. But for whatever reason, Shuley turned on me dramatically and said I was being paranoid and I was being Stuttering John. And I'm like, oh, well, now I don't feel like talking to you. I don't feel like talking to you. And then the whole day, like Kevin Brennan was mad at me because I was going to talk to Shuley about the Stuttering John thing and the Dabbleverse. And then he's taking little shots at me. This is a world that I will dip my toes in. Maybe every once in a while I'll dive into, but I have no desire to be in the Dabbleverse on any regular basis. That's for sure. It's a crazy ass world. My Twitter this weekend, because of all this nonsense, just spinning, which was kind of nice to see. I'm not going to lie to you, but for all the wrong reasons, I would say. So I'm like, hell no, I ain't going on your dumb show, Shuley. Quickly turning on me, not answering the question, kind of gaslighting, and then trying to say I'm paranoid like Stuttering John. I'm like, it was a question. It was just a question. And then at that point, I'm like, you know what? Why don't we turn this whole thing on its head and go on Kevin Brennan, who's been asking me to go on his show for a very, very long time. And then I gave him the link. He popped on my show, and we had a lovely half-hour conversation. It was intense. It was funny. It was everything, and I enjoyed it. You aren't talking your way out of that incident. I ain't trying to do nothing. KOK diff. Talk my way out of what? See, this is why I pretty much got to dip out of the Dabbleverse because then, like, the people that really like MLC podcasts, oh my God, that was amazing, blah blah blah. And I also didn't know the beef between Shuley and Kevin Brennan was that intense. I literally had no idea. So if you pick one of those shows to go on, then you got a whole group of people that are not happy with you. But you aren't talking your way out of that incident. But anybody look. Let me explain something to you, KOK Diff. I kind of know how this works. When I was doing Opie and Anthony, there were things we did. There were times we were wrong, but our fan base is absolutely going to defend us at all costs. So I understand where this is coming from. But if you don't listen to Shuley and if you don't listen to Kevin and you don't have any skin in the game, the video is on my YouTube channel, Opie Radio. It was really weird. And Shuley should take the L on that. It doesn't mean he takes the L forever. Michael Jordan, certainly lost a whole bunch of important games. But he panicked. He repeated the question back to me. He knew he's trashed me in the past. Whatever. Everybody trashes everybody. I get that. And instead of like trying to, talk his way out of it, he tried to, spin it and try to gaslight me. And I'm not going to deal with that. So if you think I'm not going to talk my way out of that incident, that's fine because I know how these fan bases go. They will defend at any cost, even when they know their guy was wrong. And Shuley was wrong on that one. Sorry. It's pretty obvious to most people. Hey, Ope, did you make it to any of the Kiss final shows at the Garden this weekend? No! I saw Kiss, I want to say in Boston when we were up there at WAF, the only station that really rocks. And I think they're really overrated. I really do. They had a few catchy songs. They go back to when I was a kid. Oh my God, Kiss is so old. So I guess they did the final shows at Madison Square Garden, and then they introduced some kind of avatar thing where they're going to just go on as avatars or something like that. You know, I think they're only down to 2 original members, right? Was Peter Criss there and Ace Frehley? Because I saw the guys in the makeup, and it did not look like Ace Frehley, that's for sure. So it was Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons, and then 2 guys that have been in and out of the band all these years probably. What's the lineup, Steve? And they did their final shows at Madison Square Garden. They all trashed you. Yeah, hey, Minash. Oh, I didn't know it was you. Hey, Minash. Yeah, I know that. And I'm fine with that. It's okay. But I don't like dishonesty. And if I'm going to ask you, I want to know the answer. That's all. That's all that was about. It's not a surprise that people trash me. Yeah, I get that at this point. But Gene Simmons, the brilliance of Gene Simmons, like he was never a rock star. What? Gene Simmons was always a businessman, and his business was rock and roll. Wow. But a lot of these guys that get into rock and roll and they're rock gods, they understand they're making stupid money and whatnot, but they're really in it for the music and everything else. But Gene Simmons was in it for the money from day one. Money first, everything else second. Literally, even like writing decent songs came second to actually making money on merch and everything else. So, but you got to give it to Gene Simmons. He figured out a way to continue with this Avatar thing. I thought they would be the first. I think they would be the first band to just continue touring with all new members, with no original members. I thought they would be the first official band to do that. You basically franchise out the name Kiss. You kind of have a casting call. You get 4 guys. You put them in the dumb makeup, and they go on forever. And Gene Simmons is in some mansion somewhere with his feet up just collecting the money. But instead, I think they went some kind of Avatar thing. I don't know how that's going to work. I guess you go to a Kiss show in the future and you watch a screen. I don't know. I wasn't interested enough to actually read up on the articles of what Kiss is going to do moving forward. So the Dabbleverse seems exhausting. Chris Tartaglia. Yeah, it's the Dabbleverse. I learned a lot about it over the weekend, and most of you don't care about this, and I understand that. I got a nice number today because there's a lot of Dabbleverse people checking this out today, but they'll slowly move on to other things. I understand that. But what I learned about the Dabbleverse is that there's a lot of dishonesty. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of guys that will just say shit about you that's not even close to true. I don't really like living in that world. And I also learned that I don't think there's any real winners in the Dabbleverse. I think there's like one show gets a little bigger than the rest of them and gets a little heat, and then they fade away, and then another show is up here and we're winning, and then they fade away. And I think that has a lot to do because a lot of these guys focus way too much on sniping and beating the crap out of everybody else. And I'm not sure if they actually do other content besides that in general. And now I'm going to hear from shows, but we do. Okay, good for you. He called you a what? Who called me a what? They called me a what, Minash? Stay in the Opie verse. I'm going to stay in the Opie verse with my little number, my little live stream, my little Tuesdays at Get Parts, my little other podcast, Comedy Quick Hits with Opie. Yeah, I think I'll stay in my little universe. I think Opie can take Shuli in a dude. Opie, you should get in touch with Red Bar. That would be epic. You on that show. All right. Let's do the Red Bar. Let's do the Red Bar. KB will never betray you. I'm not. And then people like so bad I went on Kevin Brennan's show that now they're like sending me videos of all the times Kevin Brennan trashed me. I know all that. And then they're like, you should learn about your best friend. Like me and Kevin are best friends. No. Kevin is a guy that I met late in the game as far as like the massive radio show I had. And he was very, very good on my radio show. He was. And now he figured out a way where he's pretty damn good live streaming and making a lot of money. And that's where it ends. That's where it ends. He's not my new best friend or anything. I enjoyed Friday. We went back and forth. We talked all sorts of crap about people. And I was making fun of him. He was making fun of me. It was just fun. That's all. KB did have great things to say about you. A few months ago, he said, you are the greatest radio host ever. Well, damn! Favorite question on KB, are you covering upstairs? Oh, thank you, Chris Tartaglia. I was trying to help him out. I mean, as I'm in darkness today, because I don't know what's going on with my ring light. I think it's too bright outside my window, which is fine. I got the tired face today anyway. I'm half asleep, so that's fine. I'm not even going to adjust the lighting, so screw it. But I go, Kevin, man, I got this view. Some days this view is fantastic. I got the ocean view. And I'm like, you got some kind of divider that's covering up your stairs so you can live stream so the kids and the wife don't see you. And then he kind of laughed and he said, you think I can afford a two-story place? And that was really, really funny. And I was thinking that I think he could afford a two-story place at this point with all the super chat money he's making. And then I wasn't happy with all the beige. His color scheme is very mid-level hotel-ish. And we laughed and just got stupid with each other. As I try to tell the people, none of this means shit. It's all just nonsense. Of course it's just nonsense. Not happy you didn't go on Dabble Point. I'm sorry. I even apologize. I'm like, I'm sorry. I had every intention of going on with Shuli. It wasn't some giant work because I didn't have loyalty. I don't have loyalty to any of these guys, really. And even though Kevin was trying to buy my way onto his show, because does this make sense to my people? Because the rest of you are going to go away. So this has to make sense to my people, my 20 people. But one of Kevin's guys, because the other problem with Friday was Shuli was really late. We were supposed to go on at 4. And they could spin it all they want. But I said, look, the only way I'm going to do it is if I send you my link to my live stream. This is a little technical shit. But I sort of wanted to control it on my end. And they were trying to get me to click their link. I'm like, it ain't going to work that way. I'm at the beach. I don't have the right equipment in general. I didn't bring all my good stuff. I'm a one-man band. I'm running around because my dog got a haircut in the driveway. I had a service come to my house out east. They take the dog, they put him in a van, and they shampoo him and make him all nice, and clean him up and give him a haircut. So I was dealing with that too. So I'm like, look, no, the only way this is going to work is I'm going to give you my link for my live stream. You guys click on it and you figure it out on your end. And everyone agreed to that. I got email. I got the receipts, as the kids say. And with that said, after the agreement of that, Shirley was really, really late clicking into my live stream. So he gave like Kevin Brennan and those people a way to try to figure out some shit. And one of the things was someone goes, look, if I give you $100, wait, how did he say? I'll give you $100 not to go on Shirley's show. Excuse me. I'm definitely half out of it still as I wake up here. And I go, do it. And then $99.99 came in, and then I'm making that into a stupid little bit. Like I said, 100, you're a penny short, and just having fun with that. And I wasn't officially going to go with the deal, if you want to know the truth. And then another guy threw 200 at me, and I'm like, shit, I just made a quick $300. Now I'm like, but I'm like, I don't really have loyalty to Kevin Brennan, so I can still go on Shuley. And then that'll be funny because I took, some money from Kevin Brennan's people. And then Shuley finally came on really late. And then he's like, what are you doing? Like, like we didn't have an understanding that he was going to use my link. He's like, click on the link. I'm like, that's not how we set it up. You know that. And then I asked him the question that I've asked many people in the past. And I said, hey, have you ever trashed me to Anthony, whatever? And then he repeated the question, which is usually a stall tactic. Everyone knows that. If you're put in a situation where someone asks you a tough question, one of the ways out of it is to repeat the question, because then that gives you a little time to go, oh shit, what am I going to do with this? And then, he pulled that Stuttering John crap. You're paranoid like Stuttering John or something like that. I'm like, what? I don't want to talk to you. Now it just feels weird and stupid. And then, so I apologize to that one person that said, I'm not happy you didn't go on dabble point, something like that. Look, I'm sorry. It just didn't work out. So there you go. What's up, Mike O'Donnell? Gene Simmons of Kiss? Yes, Gene Simmons of Kiss. Kiss is overrated, but Detroit Rock City is a good movie. I don't know if Detroit Rock City is a good movie. I don't remember anymore, but I always thought Kiss was overrated. They had a couple catchy songs, and that was it. They had a gimmick. You take the gimmick away from Kiss, I don't know if they would have survived all those years. But then again, that's what Gene figured out all those years ago. We're not that great. We don't have great skills. We don't have great songs. But if we put this damn makeup on and spit fire, and I got a long tongue, and we can wear giant platform shoes and look like superheroes, I think we got something. So good for Gene Simmons for all that. But he came in and did our show a bunch of times over the years, and he's just an ass. He's just an ass. He really is full of himself. Minash with the 35 czars. I was proud of you when you went for jugular with KB and Shuley. It was like the O&A show of old. You still got that fire. People were into it. Yeah, man, it was a fun watch on Friday, that's for sure. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I enjoyed the hell out of the whole damn thing. So there you go. Now, now there's really no reason to go on Shuley, because I think I don't know what else we would talk about, because I don't really feel like prolonging the Stuttering John garbage. I really don't. I now truly believe that there's something going on there. Let's just put it that way. Because, man, John can't hear anything negative about him. So let me just put it that way. There's something going on there. I think so now. And I don't feel like piling on, if you want to know the truth. I would have talked about my dumb incident with Stuttering John and how weird it was, because I wasn't taking a shot at him. Now he's trying to spin the tweet and the title. I'm like, oh my God. But the actual video, you can't deny, Artie Lang was actually sticking up for you in that clip. Oh God, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So now I don't think there's anything to talk to Shuley about, because I do think he focuses most of his attention on Stuttering John. And look, if it works for you, great. Who am I to say what you should be doing with your live stream or your show? If it works, it works. But on the other side of it, I got to decide if it's something I really want to be into or not. And it's not something I want to be into. I read Gene Simmons. What's up, Gray? I read Gene Simmons' biography, and he's just all about the money. Yeah, he is. But he kind of admits it. He doesn't hide it. He doesn't hide his greed. A. Thompson, how many channels are dedicated to bullying John Melendez? I know of 5. It's just incredible, and everyone is getting tired of it. Well, I don't know. It seems like they're making some decent money out of it. I've never I could honestly say I've never watched Shuley. Have I clicked on a clip here and there? Yeah, I guess, but I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you the last time, or I couldn't tell you a clip I actually watched. But sure, okay. But I've watched Kevin a lot. I've watched MLC podcasts a lot because it's just because just because he's doing something different. Like I don't feel like watching a live stream where they just beat the crap out of somebody, over and over again. If they do it one time because it's special and it's this and that and something huge happened, of course, that's interesting. But as far as what I search out, I don't feel like watching something on a regular basis where you're just going after one guy over and over again. Opie's bragging that his numbers will go down back to normal. Yeah, you're gonna get honesty here, dude. I got a nice bump up because, I kind of dipped into the dabble verse and the Stuttering John thing. And then I got Shuley all hot and bothered, but he bothered me first. And then I spun it and went on Kevin Brennan's MLC podcast. Excuse me. Yeah, so it brought me a lot of attention. But yeah, I will be the person that will admit that my numbers are going to start going back down to normal. Of course. Until I do something else that people are really, really into watching. Of course, that's how this works. Opie's always up early. Do you ever sleep in? Brad Miller. I'm a terrible sleeper. Terrible. I almost made it to 6, so that's not too bad. All right, let me get to some super chats. Look, I don't focus just on super chats here. If you are new and maybe you're like, you know what, this isn't that bad. I'm going to give it a little bit of a shot. But I do give super chats priority. So if you had something like, oh man, my comment was really, really good, just rewrite it and hit the like as well for me. That helps. Okay. We got Barrister. What am mine? 1401, $10. Stuttering John called you a poo-ha. KB has relentlessly trashed you in the past. Neither are your friend. You would have made 3 times the money on Shuley's show. I don't know about that. We didn't really have a deal. Shuley said something like between me and you, which I thought was weird. He goes, between me and you, I'll pay you. But there was never a number that was floated. I don't know how that would have worked out in the end because I wasn't necessarily jumping on any of these shows to make bank. Certainly Kevin Brennan's people at MLC Podcast were incredibly generous. I had one of my best super chat days ever. But I wasn't like, if it was about money and I knew Shuley was going to give me 3 times the money, I don't know if that would have been the motivator. It certainly would have been nice, of course, but we didn't have that deal. We didn't have a deal at all. I hear a lot of these guys are like, look, I'll split the super chats with you. I didn't have any of that. I had Shuley basically when he was we were writing back and forth, and he was very lovely. I gotta say, Shuley was very lovely. And then that's why I think I was so confused, and I was like, you know what, I just got to tap out of this because during the day he was very lovely towards me, really, really nice, really complimentary. This is an honor, sir. Stuff like that. Don't quote me, but I do have receipts if I had to, put shit out there. I will just say this. He was very lovely, very nice, very complimentary, very respectful towards me, was very excited to do it. We didn't have a money deal. He said, look, between me and you, I'll pay you. I don't know what that meant because I wasn't pushing on that. And then right off the bat, look, I asked a tough question, of course. And how he turned so quickly. I'm like, ooh, I don't like this. I don't like this. And maybe, maybe I should have tried to work through that. Maybe, I guess, if I have any fault in this, but there was something about I don't like this, man. I don't like this. And so, like anybody else, you make decisions throughout the day. And my decision at that point was like, this doesn't match up. The guy was really cool, really nice all day long. And then one tough question that we do have to ask and do have to get past because I'm trying to get the lay of the land. And also, I'm not stupid. I know it makes for really good content for the people watching. And how he handled that, I was like, I don't like this. I just didn't like it. But I do got to say, I hope the guy that was writing me all day long and was very, very cool, I hope that's the guy. I hope that's actually the guy. I don't know if I'll ever know now, which is fine. Minash, next time in the middle of one of their excuses, just go, hold on, snowy, and just let it stay in the air. Minash, that's my new thing. You know, people try to bring up, I used to go to a caller named Snowy in Michigan. And, there were times I stopped the flow of the Opie and Anthony show 100%. But there are also times, my skill set helped bring things along. And when people want to point out when I was in the way, they like to say Snowy, because I would say Snowy. So now when people give me like hate, hate online, I just sometimes write back Snowy. So bravo, Minash. Bravo. Morning open friends. What's up, Mike Long? How are you? A. Thompson. Shuli is trying to recruit more dabblers. See, I don't want to. I don't want to focus like the majority of my time on Stuttering John. I truly believe I've spent way more time on this than I should. It was a throwaway video that he perceived to be some giant attack of him. Jesus. Attack of him. Got me all sorts of heat for a few days, but I would be the stupid one now if I just stayed in that world and now focused on beating up Stuttering John every day. I don't want to do that. I really don't. That's why I like doing my Tuesdays at Get Parts. It's it's growing, which I like. It's nothing to brag about. You can't compare it to anything else in my career. I understand all that. But I get to hang with people I like. I get to try some beers every Tuesday. Not that I'm a big beer drinker, but it certainly has been very social and a lot of fun. And the one thing I really like about this Tuesdays at Get Parts, and there's playlists for all the episodes on my YouTube Opie Radio and on my Facebook Opie Radio fans. There's no drama. There's no toxicity. There's no talking about O&A in general. There's no talking bad about Anthony or anyone else I worked with. It's just all new and just easy, silly, stupid fun. And I'd rather do more of that than jump into the let's beat up Stuttering John every day world. But if it works for you, go for it. Well, like I said earlier, who am I? Let me get some samples to you to break over the air. What happened? All right, Vincent Scarabuzzo. Didn't they have a Kiss funeral coffin? Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, you could get a coffin and you could be buried in a Kiss coffin. That's when Gene Simmons really showed his greed. That shit is creepy, for real. If any, oh damn, vaping day. What's up, vaping? Good to see you again. Gifted 10 Opie radio memberships on my YouTube channel. Grab those. I got memberships on my YouTube channel. I've been a little lazy, but I will, especially with 10 new members coming in today, I will absolutely pump up my stuff. All right, thank you. And to be honest with you, we're debating if we should do the Tuesdays at Get Parts live stream only for members on my YouTube and only for people of my private Facebook group because we want to guard the material a little more. And then, of course, I'll turn it into episodes for the masses. But as far as like the raw live stream, we might end up just doing that for members, so I can focus more on what's going on in the bar and focus more on the guests and whatnot. We're thinking about it. We're gonna have a meeting about that today, actually. So there you go. Yeah, thanks, Vape. That was very, very nice of you there, brother. Minash with another. I'm skipping the super chats, but if you had something, you could just pop it back in the chat. My favorite book is The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. KB, Shuli, Joe, etc. are almost perfect examples of the principles in the book. Oh, damn. I don't know what that means. Could you explain further there, Minash? And you don't have to give me more czars. For the people that are new here today, Minash is in South Africa. So he's very generous, but it's not 35 American dollars, but it certainly adds up. Thank you, Minash. Shuli is a snake. I don't know that for real. Slithery like a snake. I don't know that. Everyone in the dabble verse is a is a what? A duck? Or is that a goose? What is that emoji? Is that some secret thing? All right. Oh, a snake. Oh, that's a snake emoji. Okay. Let me go back to dabble. I swear to God, on my end, it looks like a swan, actually. That looks like a swan, but okay, it's a snake. All right. Snake. A lot of snakes. Shuli's two-faced. I made the right. I'm mad the right call. Or okay. All right. Shuli will pay respect until someone else is on screen with him. Well, whatever. I mean, I was just very, very surprised at the turn. The turn was so dramatic. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm all right. And then at that point, I'm like, let's just get wild. Kevin's been asking me to be on a show for a long time. Today will be the day. And I sent him the link, and he popped on. And then I asked him if he ever trashed me, and he gave one easy example. You think I'm not? You think I'm stupid? Of course, I know he went for an easy example of a time he trashed me with Anthony. I know he trashed me way worse than that. Of course, I know. But at least he answered the question with something. So you did what was right for you. That isn't wrong. Plus, it made good podcast. Thank you. All right. I'm skipping all the way ahead to JFK. Okay. Just really disappointed about the Shuli thing. Brendan's not your friend. No one's my friend. I'm not stupid. You seem to not have the ability to know who your real fans are. I got my real fans, JFK. See, the problem is I got my real fans, but you and probably others are not actually my real fans. I got a nice little niche group. It brings in, decent money. It's nothing crazy. But I do have my fan base, and I'm not going to all of a sudden, kiss anybody's ass in the Dabbleverse to try to squeeze out some extra fans. I would rather do it with something else that maybe is a lot less dramatic. All right. I got to warm up my coffee, and I also got to wake up my kids. I'll be right back. Give me literally a minute and a half. Stay there, and we'll finish up. All right. I know you want to click out of this. Whatever. All right. But besides that, how is everybody? How's your early Monday going? Is it all right? You doing all right out there? Wardle. All right, I'll take a few comments and then I got to get out of here. Shuli barely said anything. He made one small joke. I mean, if you see it that way, it's fine. Then there's other people that completely agree with me. You see the problem here? It really depends, I guess, on who you support. But I really believe if you just took people that really aren't in that world, and then you play the video of Shuli turning on me like that, most people would be like, wow, that was pretty weird and dramatic. I really believe they would. And to Shuli, because this will get back to you, just take the L on that one. Who gives a crap? It doesn't mean you'll lose everything. That's it. You were trying to gaslight me because I put you in a weird spot, and I didn't like it, and that's it. That's it. That's all it is. Go do 10, 12 hours on it, but that's all it was. You will love this book. I'm going to get that book, Minash. Thank you very much. I already kind of wrote it down on the side here to look into that book you were talking about a little while ago. Law 21: Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Seem dumber than your mark. I might have read this book, Minash. I might have read this book. Wardle, what a disaster. What's the disaster, my friend? What's going on with you? You all right? You got to pass a background check to be an Opie fan. That's right. I like that. Snowy! That's right. Snowy! They will never have that. Okay. I don't know what that means. Ernest. Oh, damn. Member for 2 months. Love what you did for us. Oh, what's up, Ernest? Thank you. Cheers. Cheers to Ernest. He's a member of my YouTube channel, Opie Radio. All right. Can't talk about the Jets because they suck. I think officially they have now used 4 quarterbacks this year. 4. Started with 1 play from Aaron Rodgers, right? 1 or 2 plays. Then poor Zach Wilson. And then Zach Wilson was so bad they brought in 2 other scrubs. And they stink too. And Aaron Rodgers wanted to show the world that he could come back the quickest from an Achilles tendon tear. And it ain't happening because the Jets are out of it. They're not going to make the playoffs. And it would be insanely stupid and irresponsible for Aaron Rodgers to come back now on a team that doesn't have a shot at the playoffs. I guess what they could do is have Aaron Rodgers play 1 down, 1 snap. Just to go, look, bitches, I tore my Achilles tendon to start this year, and here I am in the same season coming back from that. That would be amazing. But to actually play would be so stupid. Absolutely dumb. John Quartz, $9.99. Thank you, brother. Tenors and likes today. Are we upping our game to tenors and likes? I'd like to see that, John Quartz. Yeah, give me a tenor or a like for my boy. Download and share Opie's Comedy Quick Hits. Thank you, brother. Got a lot of downloads on that second podcast of mine this weekend. So thank you very much for checking it out. Greatly appreciate it. I'm pushing it, but I also think people would really, really dig it and enjoy it. It's very, very different than a lot of crap that is out there right now. It's light and easy and really funny and really quick. It's called Comedy Quick Hits with Opie. Thank you, John Quartz. I appreciate it. And I saw Philly is so amazing. I lived in Boston, and for the longest time, I thought Boston could give Philly a run for their money as far as crazy-ass shit that happens, but nothing beats Philly. Just over the weekend, they had the head of security of the Eagles got kicked out of a football game. That's just amazing. That happened. And then what made me laugh, it wouldn't make me laugh if I was there, by the way, John, but it makes me laugh because I get to see it from afar, was that you know how a lot of cities are being taken over by, like, gangs of dirt bikers. They're not even really motorcycles. And they were trying to – Jesus, John knows what I'm about to say because it was a huge headline down there. They were doing their cute little Christmas parade, right? And a whole bunch of guys on there, like their mini bikes and their dirt bikes, just disrupted the whole damn thing. They're a complete nuisance. And, and the cops at this point, and I don't blame them, it's happening in New York too. You can't find a cop because they basically said, F all y'all. F all y'all. That's why one group trying to take over for the other side, it's never going to work in America. When you push too hard one way, then the other side's going to be like, you know what? Go F yourselves. And that's what the NYPD did. The NYPD basically said, go F yourselves. You're all on your own. You're all on your own. You want us to do less? Well, we're going to do way less. And now let's see what happens to your city. And we are noticing it. That's why it's a balance. It's a balance. You can't defund the police. Now, it's up to you to decide if the police have gone too far in some circumstances, let's say, and have they gone too far here and there, and should there be some talks about that? Look, that's open for discussion. But then to think like, oh, they did a few things that are really bad, so now we got to defund the police is the stupidest, dumbest idea ever. Ever. What works in America, I don't care what side you fall on, what works in America is the pushback. You're pushing, you're this, and you want to push your agenda to everybody else. And the other side's like, I want to push our agenda to everybody else. And it's this. This is what makes America great, to simplify it, right here. Right here, the tug of war. It's exhausting, it's a pain in the ass, but that's what makes America great. Other countries fall because the push is so dramatic that it's over. But in America, it's like, I want everyone to think like me over here. And they're like, no, we're going all the way over here. And it's this. That's America right there. That's it. In a nutshell. So, the whole defund the police thing got a lot of traction in a lot of cities, and a lot of police departments are like, you know what? Now watch what happens, because this is what you wanted. Now you watch and see what happens. How much do you spend on a haircut? Are you making fun of my hair today? I didn't comb it. I didn't jump in a shower. Actually, it's pool water. We went swimming yesterday. We had a glorious hour and a half in the pool last night. We have a pool in the building. Some days you get the pool to yourself, which is fucking awesome. And then other days you got other people that are just a nuisance. And we kind of had that last night, but it was still fun. So, I got chlorine hair today. I was too lazy to shower after the pool, because we ended up watching The Crown. What a terrible job The Crown did on Netflix with the Lady Di stuff. Terrible. I mean, terrible. The drop off on with The Crown on Netflix has been dramatic. The first few seasons, it was absolutely amazing. And then, the Lady Di comes into the picture. I don't know how many seasons now, 4 or 5, maybe 5 or 6 seasons. I don't know, whatever. And the Lady Di stuff just wrapped up with the car crash on The Crown on Netflix. It was not good. It was not good at all. So that's why I didn't take a shower, and that's why I have chlorine hair, because we watched the last 2 episodes of The Crown with the Lady Di stuff, and I guess there's a part 2 to the final season. I guess they're calling it. I don't know, but there you go. Is that window to the side part of your place? No, I don't have that. That's the only part I don't have in the entire floor. But no, we actually looked into. There was a time I was doing really well, and we looked into trying to grab that, but we couldn't grab it. So. There you go. Listeners since WNEW, new to the stream, thanks for all the great radio. O&A Party Rock, linger longer. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the years. Bill from, hey, Bill. I know Bill. Bill from Jersey just became a YouTube member. Thank you very much, Bill. I'm going to have to pump up my my members only material. I let it go a little bit. I mean, there's still plenty up there that is just members only, but now you got to pump it up a little bit, because looks like I got about 15 new members today, which is pretty awesome. Chuck Lynn, what's up, Chuck? Valuable lesson last week. 99.99 is not 100. Look, all kidding aside, in the end, they did get the job done, and the bit was hilarious. Props to Kevin. He figured out a bit through the whole damn thing. And I think I do have to go on this show to return the favor, because I already said I would. So maybe we'll get that done in the next couple weeks. We'll see. Bill from Jersey, $10. Morning, Ope. We'll replay this later. Was able to listen for 10 minutes. I canceled everything. Shuley. I saw him for who he is, really. If Rodgers went in for one play, he'd tear his other Achilles. 100%. I mean, If you want to cancel your Shuley stuff, great, but I'm not in competition with Shuley. I just didn't like how it all went down on Friday. That's all I'm trying to say today. And I really do believe Shuley, looked weird and bad on that one. And he should just take the L and go, I panicked, whatever. And just go, I kind of panicked. Doesn't mean you lose the whole goddamn thing. But I definitely see it that way. Thank you. All right, I should start wrapping up. I gotta go get some supplies for the kids' breakfast, if you want to know the truth. And it was a lazy weekend for me, so I don't even really know what's going on in the world. I know the Packers beat the Chiefs. And I know Taylor Swift hightailed it out of there. She's like, I need to go now. We'll see if that relationship lasts. I think she's too big of a star to be able to have a normal relationship with Travis Kelce. And you're like, but he's a huge star. Yeah, I know he's a huge star, but, there's levels of fame. Oh, my God. Oh, I mean, I was nudging up kind of to this level. Nudging. This is Travis Kelce. His fame. Oh, by the way, yeah, I'll acknowledge my fame is off. It's not even on the board anymore. But I was up in this level, lower level of fame, a little higher than most. And then Travis Kelce's his fame is way up here. He's one of the biggest stars in the NFL. We all know that, and he's doing commercials and stuff. Taylor Swift does it. Oh, she did commercials. Never mind. Oh my God, that was stupid. And then Taylor Swift, boom. So I wonder because of that if they're going to be able to keep this relationship going. She is one of the biggest stars in the entire world. She's one of the most famous people in the entire world. Oh my God! If Ohtani comes to the Yanks or Mets, absolutely, I'll automatically start watching more games. 100%. That guy is unbelievable. Shit, you skipped my comment. Quick, what was your comment, WW? I'm not trying to avoid anybody. There's hundreds of comments that I did not see this morning. Hundreds. Because I had more people than usual, and they were writing a lot. So just write your comment if you can write it really fast, I'll put it on the screen. I don't give a crap what you're trying to say, even if it's something shitty. And then we'll get out of here, okay? So I'll give you a chance, but you got to do it fast because I really got to go. Morning. What's up, buddy? What's up, Doug? Used to be on radio, now 70 viewers on YouTube streams. Damn, bro, what happened? It's all right, Wesley. Don't you worry, okay? Don't you worry. I'm still enjoying my life. I still have fun doing this, and that's all you need to know. You don't worry so hard, okay? I had a crazy ass killer run in radio. Maybe someday I'll have another killer run. I don't know. But don't you worry. It's going to be okay. If I'm happy doing this low-level shit, then don't worry about it, okay? Thank you. Brennan's the only show in that mix worth going on, Ope. Well, all right. I definitely got to return the favor to the guy. So, hey, Ope, what always amazes me is Trump's resilience and the need to continue for the American – Stop, Peter, please. He ain't doing it for the American people. If he did right by you, that's fine. That's fine. But his motivation was never for the American people. Please understand that. The guy has always been driven by ego. Anybody that has lived in and around New York has known this man for a very long time. We knew Trump way before. Well, I don't know where you're from, Peter, so I can't say that. But way before the majority of America. And he was never into doing things for the people. He was always into doing stuff for himself and himself only, by the way. Because some people like to throw in he does it for himself and his friends. No, he doesn't even give a fuck about his friends. He doesn't give a fuck about his family. But if all the stuff he does to feed his incredibly huge ego helps you in the end, so be it. But he ain't doing it for the American people. I can't accept that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Why are you spending time out of your day to think about celebrity couples? Come on, let's get a grip. Okay, it was a minute, Peter. Peter, it was a minute. And it was kind of interesting because I'm admitting my fame was kind of in this range during the O&A years. I mean, look at all the room and celebrity when we were big, but we were pretty high up. This is pretty high up. Now I'm off the chart. And then to say Kelsey's up here and then Taylor Swift is way up there, that's kind of interesting for some people. I'm sorry. It's not going to set the world on fire, but it's kind of interesting. Where's that guy's comment? Because I got to go. I gave him a chance. Bombastic media. Last thing about Shuley I'll say is look what you created and look what Stern created for Shuley. Oh, there you go. I mean, look, Shuley's doing better than me. Kevin Brendan's doing better than me. But I mean, they're falling incredibly short to where I was in my career, like incredibly short. But you know, in 2023, they're killing it compared to me. Thanks, Doodle. I was waiting for that guy's comment because I didn't want him to think I blew him off, and I don't see it. Are you wearing guy liner? No, dude. I don't do shit. You know. What I really should do is jump in the shower before I jump on. No, I don't wear makeup. Some people try to say I had an eye lift. I've done nothing. Like I've said, I had a couple ugly moles around my jawline and one on the middle of my chin that I took off. That was it. Everything else is just getting old. All right, I guess that guy. I was trying to give that guy a chance. I don't see his comments, so we're going to go. All right. Have a great day. Yeah. Ralph. Ralph called it. So, yeah, let's have a great day. We will talk soon, guys.